I'm Michael Kastner, and you're watching E's one-hour show Inside Star Trek. We certainly can't let the hour go by without introducing you to some Trekkers. That's what die-hard devotees call themselves. Trekkers run the gamut from Academy Award-winning actress Whoopi Goldberg to the 12-year-old kid down the block. More than 20 million of them watch these shows every week, and lots of them attend Star Trek conventions. And over the years, we've attended a couple ourselves.
I'm a Trekker. I am definitely a fan.
I am a big Trekker.
I'm a Star Trek person, you know. I guess I'm a Trekkie. I guess I don't wear the uniforms and stuff.
I must confess, no, I wasn't. I was never really, science fiction wasn't sort of my thing before this.
Okay, so not everyone was born a Trekker, including some of Star Trek Deep Space Nine's current cast members. But once you start watching, it's hard not to be sucked into the Star Trek subculture. Fans who follow the series religiously take the Star Trek phenomenon very seriously.
Star Trek is part of our whole culture now. It's part of American almost history, you could say, because of the time length that it stretches out.
It's a good philosophy of the future.
I think it's just really fascinating how they have, like, how they show all the special effects and the stuff that may happen in the future.
It's kind of an optimistic view. I mean, when you're channel hopping and you see Bosnia on one channel and, you know, all this other stuff, it's kind of nice to turn to something encouraging.
Over the years, these fans have been stereotyped and ridiculed because of their intense devotion to the series. In reality, though, most Star Trek fans are just sci-fi lovers.
There's the cliche of the Igrok Spock fan, you know, who's, you know, living in his mother's fruit cellar and, you know, has a, you know, corpse sitting there. No, and has a little phaser and you know, was like, you know, holding them people off at bay in Waco, you know, and yeah, they're those kind of fans as well. That's true. I mean, and they give the larger fandom a bad rap.
I get a lot of good feedback on Quark, and it's not surprising because I know that the show is good. I'm just surprised at how many people see it and appreciate it and are kind enough to come up and tell me how much they like it.
Even former cast members get great feedback. Actress Susie Plaxton's character was killed off during the 4th season of Star Trek The Next Generation, but she still has a large fan following.
She was a great actress. She played the part really well. It's too bad they killed her off.
Hello.
You look better without all the bones.
Well, I guess that's real good to hear.
How are you? Fine, just fine. My brother says you're the best-looking Klingon there is.
In addition to getting autographs at conventions, Trekkers come to see their favorite actors speak and to find out what they look like without makeup.
I'm a big ham. I mean, I love sort of being up there and being funny.
Michael? Yes? We're out shooting in Simi Valley. Why didn't you come over for lunch and swim in the pool?
Do you think both of us could get in your pool?
He's a little mean, I must admit. I mean, I was kind of surprised at myself for saying it, but I kind of went, after I said it, boy, this guy could kill me, and they wouldn't think anything about it, you know, but they love it. They kind of get off on it.
They ask you things most of the times you can't do anything about. So it's like, write to the producers.
In a way, it's great because it's like with most TV shows, you don't get any very much direct feedback from your audience, you know, but with this show you do. I mean, you can go and talk to these people and you're getting direct feedback about what you're doing, you know, from the public.
I go to the supermarket and people go, they think I'm their dry cleaner or something. And they sort of know I'm somebody they know, but they don't know who I am.
Original cast members often show up at conventions. They come to tell a few stories and share some old feelings with the audience.
This is not a nice guy. This is not a nice guy.
Big fan. No, nothing stops Star Trek fans.
And nothing stops these fans from getting into the Star Trek spirit when they're at a convention.
It's one of my own creations. It is just your typical sort of alien female that Captain Kirk wanted to seduce. I bought the pattern here at a convention, and then I had a friend sewed it up for me.
I like getting all the attention that I get. Instead of just walking through and being like, you know, everybody else, I can walk through and have 20 people stop me for pictures, which is usually the case.
It's fun to see them to try to emulate what we're doing at the studio, especially with the Borgs and the Klingons.
That's the sword that Worf uses. It's called a Bartlett. Oh, yeah, man.
man, your light's a trip. You should check you guys out. You guys are educational.
It's not enough to attend the conventions and see their favorite characters. True devotees have an intense desire to take home a piece of the Star Trek magic. And there's no end to the memorabilia available to those diehard fans.
The Whoopi photograph of Whoopi, that one right there by herself. That's the biggest seller that we have.
For some of the actors, all this merchandising can take some getting used to.
I don't know, I was a little skeptical about it initially and about being an action figure and such, and then I thought, well, you know, if it's good enough for Alec Guinness, I guess it's good enough for me.
I remember the first day at the beginning of the first season, we were all standing getting pictures taken, and I was standing and posing, and Colin was teasing me about my posing, and I said, yeah, well, we'll see who looks best on the lunchbox.
Well, we've gone behind the scenes on both Star Trek series, hung out at conventions with some Trekkers, and we watched Odo morph into a rat. So you're probably thinking we've reached the limits of the Star Trek universe, right? Wrong. Space is limitless, and so are the opportunities for participating in the Star Trek experience. So come along with me to the Star Trek exhibit at Universal Studios Hollywood, where I'll face off with some of the fiercest looking aliens you've ever seen. Here we are at Universal Studios Hollywood, and folks, if you're like me, you like the real thing. And if you're looking for Klingons, Hollywood certainly has plenty of those. This is the place to find real Klingons. Let's check it out.
Okay, now I need one more adult that wants to beam down.
I think I want to beam down. Do I?
You want to do it?
Yeah, sure.
Come on up. Lucky you got the lead parts in the show.
Oh, great. Okay. Is there, like, any weird headdresses or funny makeup or wigs I have to wear?
No, you're going to be a good guy, so you do
I'll be a
not
good
have
guy?
to wear
I don't have to...
You get to be the Klingon up.
Can you tell me what this is?
It's a communicator, and you got to turn the other way so you can talk to Captain Kirk when you beam down.
Gonna go fight some Klingons now. Come on. I'm not going alone. You're coming with me. Let's go. Come on.
Coming in here right now, the planet Echelon 7, the home of our aliens whom we met earlier, also the destination of our landing party. Our final 5 scenes will take place right here. Michael, you got a line of dialogue. When I point, you say that out clear, don't forget to use your communicator. When I point, stand by. Please roll the tape, Michael. 3, 2, ready, go.
Everything's quiet here, sir. No sign of life anywhere.
Give him a hand, everybody. Nicely done. Good job, Michael. Fascinating reaction.
Well, you know, we just came in off the stage, taking off my jacket. The film is already starting, you know. We didn't even get a premiere, no interviews, no junket, anything. I kind of feel ripped off, but at least the film looks really cool. Check it out.
Captain's log supplemental. In the midst of an attack by a Klingon vessel,
a strange energy force has rendered both the Enterprise and the Klingon ship helpless. We have located the source of the energy field on the planet's surface, so I have dispatched a landing party to beam down to the planet and investigate.
I have had an absolute blast here. The folks are really, really nice. To be honest with you, the Klingons are just a little bit weird. Wouldn't invite them to dinner, but that's me. I'm just a little bit picky. And great clothes, too. I'm thinking Versace. What do you think? Anyway, I'm out of here. Let's try this one more time. Hey, Scotty, beam me up, big guy. Come on, babe. Hello. Well, I guess you knew that was coming. You know, I've always wanted to be beamed. Thanks for joining us for our inside look at Star Trek. And, oh, yeah, I want to do this right. Live long, whoops, there we go. Live long and prosper. I also own Leonard Nimoy albums, but that's another story. And keep it tuned right here to E, the Entertainment News and Information Authority.
Mr. Warp, set off Alpha 42.